Hello everybody and welcome back to the West Coast. Today at least is much better weather. We'll put the road lights on. First things first, what we need to do is just very quickly, possibly even off screen, give the sheep some grass and some water. Once this is done, we then need to begin work turning field number 14 into a huge grass field. I don't know if it's all going to be completed today. I hope it is going to be, but it is a big field. As you can see on the map there, it's near to the main yard, the farm silo. Yeah, field 14 is big, but it's definitely going to be worth it. And the reason why I say this is because we're going to do a mass load of silage bales from there, and they are going to be worth, I am hoping, a small fortune. Now I did actually also locate the bale sell point, the proper bale sell point. Before I was just guessing where the bale sell point is, and I thought it was just these round feed troughs in some of the farms, but actually it isn't. There are actually some fairly big bale sell points which I did locate in a previous video, but I think I've only done it once before. So that is all very good news. It means we can very easily sell them. I don't think you would tend to sell these silage bales over at the BGA just because it's a different style pit, so you actually couldn't sell them there anyway, unless you use the Go Wheel, I think, or Go Whale. I'm not sure. Basically, the multi-purpose bale wrapper, where you can wrap anything from straw to poop. That thing, that mod, ingenious mod, allows you to cut bales. So we could get that. It's just, as there is another bale sell point, we don't necessarily need to. So I don't know. It's a long way down the line. First things first, we need to get this field cultivated and re-drilled as grass, and hopefully it will be this year when we can actually get the first cut. I should think there'll only be one cut this year, with it already being the early summer, but it's not out of the question of getting two cuts. We'll just have to wait and see. Anyway, ooh, look at that, the sorry, strange reaction. That pallet looks to be full, or close to full. It isn't actually telling us yet, I don't think. No, it doesn't seem to be, but yeah, it looks reasonably full. Just back up here. Right. So here's your water, and I believe you want some grass too. That can stay there. We might as well clear this up, because they can actually have this again. They can re-eat it. The stuff they spat out in the first place. In fact, that got rid of the notification telling us to feed them. But the clean your sheep area one is still up. I should think it'll disappear soon. We have hay. They can have some hay. Now, where did I leave the pallet fork? Don't tell me I left it somewhere else. That's a pallet fork, but I want the bale spike. I know where the bale spike is. Okay, we can't do with the bale spike today. It isn't here. In fact, it was shown in yesterday's episode. I think it is over at the cow farm, which couldn't really be any further away. We need two, I think. This should keep them going for a very long time. So although not the ideal bale handling device, it should work. And it should overdo them. Because usually there is a restriction as to how much you can give them with seasons, usually up to 3 days. But I think the bales actually can do more. There we go. Good. Yeah, that is impressive. So if I put this tractor over here, we have to get somebody to pick us up, but we need to go back over to the other yard and jump into the Challenger. So yeah, I don't know when it will be. Have to wait for a worker to come and get us, but I'll see you at some point in the future. Okay, so here we are, 7 o'clock exactly. Took us a little while. Okay, let's just drop that off the back. We need the cultivator. Now the cultivator can't be too far from here. It's funny, I'm sure I left it there. Maybe I've left it in a field. That wouldn't seem very professional, but I wouldn't say I haven't done it. I wouldn't say that it's not in a field. Maybe I've put it around the corner here. There it is. Good. I'm hoping the orchard is getting on okay. There shouldn't be any problems. It should just be a case of growing its fruit and then automatically harvesting every hour. So every hour we should get paid. It'll be a minimal amount, but it should add up. There we go. You can see our trees over there. Just 3 of them, but still nice. Here is the start of the greenhouse area. There is one of our crops over there. We do need to do some fertilising still. And here is the field, which is still empty from last year. Soon to be turned into a grass field. Now if we did have a direct drill, we could have just direct drilled this. It's just, I don't think you would do. You wouldn't just direct drill grass into stubble. It would be a bit messy, I would have thought. So I think we're going for the right approach here. It's more thorough, that's for sure. Looking at the notification mod, we need to collect our eggs. We collected our eggs yesterday. Fair enough. And he's doing it again. The cows need turtle mix ration and silage. It's understandable. I haven't given them either of those two yet, so that'll be the reason why. When the silage bales have actually fermented, we'll be able to give them some. Oh, I'm a bit too far from the edge here. What's the blend? I need to cultivate everything ideally. I have to go back to that piece there. The orchard! It will grow. The orchard will become bigger. Well, I suppose for jobs like this, time lapses are usually the best. It's just that could potentially make the episode fairly short. That's the thing I always worry about with time lapses. It takes quite a bit of footage to produce even a 2-minute section in the video. I don't know how long exactly, because it can vary depending on what speed I actually put it to. I do anything from 400 times to 1,000 times, but I would say at roughly 500 times it would take 10 to 15 minutes of video to get 2 minutes. Obviously there'll be a mathematical equation to work that out properly, but that is just a guess from what I can gather from doing it in the editing. So yeah, time-lapse time, and I will see you just before we're ready to drill the grass. This should go pretty well. Okay, so we are pretty much done, but we do need to finish off the border, where I did miss a few pieces of stubble. It doesn't really matter, it's just when you actually put this as grass again, obviously we're going to have the grass headland and then the rest of the field as grass. There's going to be these peculiar pieces of stubble every now and then, so it's always best just to do a decent job. If this was going to be planted as another cereal crop, I probably wouldn't even bother with this, just because it would blend in, and we're not really too desperate to plant in these tiny pieces on the edge. It's just really so it looks good. We might as well make a decent job of it. There is a piece down here too. Okay, so and in the gateway. Yeah, so when this is done, we will we'll swap over the cultivator for the drill, making sure it's full or got enough seed in it. Actually, it probably wouldn't take that much seed, this field. It's not very big. Well, there's me contradicting myself. It is big, but compared to the amount of land that a seeder can actually drill per tank load, it isn't that big at all. Right, I think this is the final piece. There's nothing else which matters, that's for sure. There we go. Let's fold this up, take it back to the yard, and yeah, just get swapped over. I'm adamant that this field is going to look different. This one over here. It needs to look different. The reason why I say this is because at the moment it's just obviously a grass field with 2 greenhouses in it and 3 trees. But by the end of this series, like I say, I'm adamant that it should look different. Full of productive greenhouses. We'll put it back where we got it from. Always the best way of doing it. I'd say in-cab view is going to be easier for this. We'll put it here. Jump out. How close was that to the back wall? Oh, plenty of space. And now for the drill, which should just be over here. Ah, that cultivator needs to be sold. That will get us some money back. Right. So it has 14% in it. I think we're going to have to top it up a bit, because that isn't really enough. Oh, is that? That's a bale spike just there. Well, that can be taken down to, oh, what's it called? The Yellow Farm. Next time we go over there. River Rock Farm. I'm getting the hang of it slowly. Very, very slowly. So how much seed do we need? I think we'll put in 50% to be safe, but I don't think it's going to require 50%. It's quite expensive. No, I don't think it will require 50% at all. Better to be safe than sorry though. And now we need to select the crop type, which is grass. There we go, fantastic. And now very simply, just go and drill it. And I think this is going to have to be another time lapse. We'll probably start off without a time lapse, just so everything is working okay. Is that wider or narrower than the cultivator? I would guess it's slightly narrower. I need to check now I've mentioned it. Okay, so that one there, 12 meters in working width, and the cultivator is, have I whizzed past it? I think I might have done. They're together. 14.5 meters, yeah, it's definitely narrower then. Again, get right to the edges. Very important for this. And it should all work pretty well. It also looks like this field has been fertilised. We have fertilised it in the past. It looks like it has remained. Oh, a bit too far away there. Which means that the first cut should be pretty good. really do hope it is this year. It should be. Anyway. Great demand for sunflowers. Oh, we don't have any. Yeah, let's start the time lapse and then we'll be done. Once again, there we are. So we're just finishing off, doing all the tidying up now. So far we've used 20%. So I think if I filled it 25%, we would have been pushing it, but it would have been enough. So in the end, I actually overestimated by twice the amount. But yeah, I suppose there was no way of knowing, and better to have too much than too little. It's just, it means now the seed is going to be left in here until the autumn, which isn't so good, but it shouldn't actually be affected in Farming Simulator. Right, okay, so bear with me. I'm going to go off screen now and just finish off doing all the little bits which I've missed, and then we'll be done. Fairly easy job, just quite a slow job. One thing's for sure, I wouldn't want a smaller cultivator or drill. This one is plenty small enough, even though it's huge. I think this is the only piece. There's a few odd bits, but you won't even notice them when it's grown, so that's not a problem. Yeah, that is pretty much it. So we are coming to the end of the video. Like I say, you can never really make a long video if it's going to have time lapses in it. It just really does eat into the actual finished video time. But it's better than watching it in real time, because that would take a very long time to watch. Probably 40-50 minutes or so. Anyway, as we're done, let's just go and put it over here. Might just drive straight into the shed over here. Quite a good place to store it, and I don't think it's going to be used, the Challenger at least, again before the autumn. We may have to swap it over again to the cultivator, but that's a fairly simple job. So there we go. The field is planted. We now have a lovely field of grass growing, and when it is ready, we'll obviously cut it and bale it, then wrap it all in one go, and then we can reap the rewards. We should be able to get loads of money out of it. Although silage isn't worth as much as it used to be, it's still worth a fairly decent amount. So there it is, the future money-making field. That's it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again hopefully in the next video. Until then though, bye for now.